Hey, everybody, it's Chris Aiken from the Classic Metal Show and the Aftershocks podcast. And I know you want to see this next episode, but right before we do it, just want to remind you that if you have an Amazon device, whether it's a TV or a Fire Stick or Fire Cube or whatever it would be, a Fire Box if you're old school, make sure you add the CMS PN to it. Just look up CMS Podcast Network on your Amazon device, add the channel, and you will get every episode of all 4 shows for free right there on your TV. Make us part of your TV viewing every single day and night. All right. It's the CMS Podcast Network, cmspn.com, and it is now on Amazon. So get it. All right. All right. Here's the episode you came to see.
For Destruction release. It is Guns N' Roses with a little porn music for Chris from Rock Queen.
Thanks.
Because her daddy worked in porno.
That's right. Now that mommy's not around.
That's your story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because what your daughter sings.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, speaking of that, I won't spend too much time on this. But oh my God, I'm gonna surprise a lot of people. I don't think I'm as perverted as I thought I was.
Okay.
Doing this website for this porn company, I am discovering tools and toys that I never in a million years could have fathomed. Like, and let me find one and pull it up for you here.
Okay.
I mean, where's me a good one here? All right, here's something. Look at this thing. Tell me how you could ever bring this into the bedroom and say, yeah, that's sexy. Let me share screen. Look at this thing. How do you convince your girl that you need to use that for sex?
Well, what is that? A nipple sucker or something?
Yeah, it's for nipples, and then you pump it up and it pulls their nipples
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more like a torture device.
Like a bondage thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that if you're into a BDSM lifestyle,
yeah,
that you just don't bring it into the bedroom. It's just like if you're into the whole, tying your chick up and torturing her, you would probably bring that out after she's already tied up.
Yeah.
And then torture her with it or whatever. But you know what? It would teach their own, whatever.
Yeah. But they also make this thing so that it attaches to the vag.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Look at that. What the hell is that?
Well, I think that's showing
showing how well it works.
Yeah, it's like a progression almost.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, whatever,
Where's the this one does. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. There's how you hook it to the vag.
Yeah.
One nipple, one clit.
Yeah, it's a clit sucker. Well, again, I think that it's not like, hey, look what I brought. It's not one of them deals. It's just like it's part of your arsenal, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
If you have some kind of a torture chamber or something like that, that's just like one of the things.
Yeah. But dude, come on. Can you I was emailing back and forth or texting back and forth with Stephanie some of these fucking crazy items, and I was like, how in the fuck could you ever introduce this stuff?
Well, again, it's not just for introducing that on top of your vanilla or regular sex whatever. It's part of I would imagine it's part of an arsenal.
Yeah.
A dungeon package or something, whatever people do,
Well, here's another one. I'm going to show you one more. Share screen. Go to here. Is it this? Yeah, it's this. Look at this thing. The frog vibrator.
Okay.
Who the fuck is rubbing their pussy with a Kermit the Frog?
I guess
Hell?
I guess what it is, and I'm only guessing, I have no idea. Well, look, it's cute. It's Kermit. I feel guilty about pleasuring myself, but it's Kermit. So it makes the experience, guilt free because, it's playful. It's a kid's thing,
Is this what moms give their kids when they have the talk with their daughters?
I don't know.
Here's your first vibrator.
Well, I like the look on that girl's face though.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe it's just a way of, for like Catholic girls who have like guilt about self-pleasure or something.
Yeah.
Get out the Kermit. It's cute. It's fun. It's just a little harmless frog.
Yeah.
Now buzz my clit there, Kermit.
Yeah. Bzz, ribbit.
It makes me feel like Miss Piggy.
I wonder if it makes frog noises. Now that'd be funny if while it's buzzing, it just makes like a frog noise. That'd be great.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. I'm here to pleasure your clitoris. Clitoris. What is clitoris, kids?
So there you have it. Just a couple of these little.
I maybe, and again, maybe that's one of those gag gift type things that chicks give each other at their showers and things. Oh, look, it's a Kermit vibrator. How cute.
Yeah.
One of those deals.
Mm-hmm.
Chicks are stupid.
Well, any chick that needs the Revive Leap frog dildo or frog vibrator, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Interesting. I just saw some of this stuff. I was like, woo, who's buying this stuff?
Yeah.
And then, of course, I went through another 7 miles of dicks this week.
Any other bizarre things that you can think of?
None that are really, but those were the two most bizarre. Some of the vibrators are a little strange looking.
Yeah.
Like these rabbit looking.
Oh yeah, well the rabbit that's like a really popular thing.
That is, but I don't know. This thing looks like it looks like a pink banana with teeth on it, with a spiked hand. It looks like the Freddy Krueger of vibrators. Look at this thing. It's Edward Scissorclit. Look at this thing. Bianca. There you go. Look at that thing.
Well, I kind of get what that's all about.
What is that about?
Well, that basically puts that vibrating tongue on either side of the clit. It's almost like
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
So you think that spreads open?
Yeah, the clit goes like in the middle of the prong.
The clips are.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look like it would just cut? I mean, pussy meat is like soft. Doesn't that look like it would cut into it?
No, I'm thinking that's probably a very soft, pliable, latex or silicone or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be scared to death to put that down there.
I mean, it's not a steel contraption.
No, it's not made of steel. It's some kind of soft silicone, but still, it looks like fucking teeth or something.
Well, yeah, it looks like Freddy Krueger prongs.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or Wolverine or something.
Exactly.
The pink Wolverine.
Exactly. Get out the Wolverine.
That's right.
It's one of those nights.
Some of these things are just, they're strange. Like, here. Well, now that we're going through some of these, now I'm looking back at.
Oh, that's what I was asking. I mean, there's got to be more than just,
all right, well, here's
a nipple sucker and a Kermit the Frog vibrator.
Right. Not sure exactly what you do with this thing, but
well, that just looks like some kind of a different type of dildo, I guess.
Does that go up your ass?
No, I don't think so. I just think that again, that little hook part is.
I don't know. This part here could be like up your ass, and this could be on her clit.
I don't think so.
No?
Nah. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be, but I just don't think so.
Yeah, there's plenty of them here. I mean, let me look through and let me find butt plugs here. There's some interesting ass play things too. Cock rings, lubricants, whips. Where's the butt plugs? I know there are. Believe me, I saw them all. Dildos.
If you're building the site, I'm sure you did.
I definitely did. Butt plugs. Here we go. Let's find us a good. I mean, some of these things. Not that I can really picture anything going smoothly up my ass, but some of these things, like the Flaw Clear Prostate Plug 6-incher. Let's look at this thing. Share. Thing looks like a slapjack or something.
Okay.
That's definitely for some stretching action, isn't it?
Yeah, you would think.
Jesus.
What is that? Is that like Pyrex? Is that glass?
That is, let's see. Made of skin safe TPE PHTHALATE. What's that? Phthalate free, latex free, odorless.
Must be like a clear plastic or something.
Yeah. There's all kinds of goodies here. Hey, this thing looks like a fucking anchor for a boat. Just pull that thing up. Tell me this doesn't look like it's an anchor. You hook her to the end of your bed or something from her asshole. Share. Boom, boom.
I'm pretty sure that's a guy toy.
You think that's a guy toy?
Yeah, that's another.
I think it's an either or.
Nah, I think that's a prostate toy.
Stick it up their ass and pull it out one bead at a time.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Yeah. You know, what amazes me is that the industry is out there making these things. You know, I'm sure that there's a stockpile of them somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And you know, if somebody flips through the hundreds of pages of, you know, apparatus and go, oh, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just to think that there's one of those on a shelf somewhere,
right?
You know, just ready to be shipped. You know.
Well, I can tell you, my customer has ordered literally $10,000 worth of this shit. He's planning to sell some stuff.
So he stocks it himself. So he doesn't like have a drop ship from the warehouse or something like that.
Not at all.
Wow.
He stocks it, and then it's you know, and then he sells it.
I mean, again, I don't want to get into the whole business, but how do you know what pieces to buy that would have a quicker turnover than others?
Well, that I don't know. I don't know how he makes his determinations on products, but I know he has sent me just spreadsheet after spreadsheet after spreadsheet of shit that he's ordered.
Did you say spreadsheet?
Yeah, spreadsheet. You know, it's spread open sheet. And you know, now he does have a brick and mortar company as well. Which I do the social media for. So there is a so I'm assuming that he gets his information for product based on what he sees in his store. You know, what he sells and whatnot in his store. That's an assumption, though. I've not really gotten into that too much with him. But you know, it's definitely being involved in the adult toy business has definitely been a learning experience.
I would only imagine.
It's definitely not what I thought. It's definitely not as fun as I thought. Believe me, I'm thrilled to have the gig, and I'm certainly not shitting on the gig I mean, he's paying me a boatload of money to do this, which I am most thankful for.
Sure.
But man, it is quite the eye opener seeing some of the stuff that people are sticking in their cooch and in their ass.
Yeah, well, gotta keep the thrill, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Too funny.
But yeah. Hey, I wanted to show you one other thing too before we get into a topic. Look at this nice fucking Dimebag autographed photo that Eric Braverman sent me.
Oh, he sent you. Oh, look at that.
Look at this thing. Oh, you can't really see it with the ring light, can you?
No, it's.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's better. Oh, nice.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Good for you.
Yeah, it's a Chad Lee original.
Now, are you gonna frame that?
Oh, it's in a glass.
Oh, it's already in a glass.
Yeah, it's already in a glass. That's why it was reflecting like
that.
that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's in a glass. I just
thought it was a glossy photo.
Nope, it's a glass. I'm gonna definitely put it up. I just haven't yet. I wanted to show it on the show and say thank you to my friend Eric Braverman for.
Look at you. You're a favorite now.
Well, he said he's moving, and he said that his wife doesn't want him to have this Confederate shit in his on his wall.
His Confederate shit.
Confederate, because Dime's playing a Confederate guitar.
Oh my! Well, he was a racist.
Yeah, so
he had to have been a racist. Not that he was from the South or from Texas or anything. It was only because he was a racist.
That's right. But needless to say, I guess I'm a racist too because I'm putting it up.
Yeah, white supremacists. Look at you, you white supremacist racist, because you have a Confederate flag.
Well, according to fucking Biden, I'm a white supremacist anyway because I served in the military. So
right, of course.
That was another fucking brilliant thing that fucking communist cocksucking fuck said this week.
Well, there you go.
Fuck
anything,
that cocksucker.
Anything anti-American.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yep.
I hope his fucking brain comes right out his nose. Just dribbles out like the pudding it is.
Yeah.
Fucking cocksucker. Anyway, I don't want to go back to politics.
Nope. All right. Do you have a subject at all?
Well, I have tons of them.
Well, why don't you dole it out? Dole it out.
All right, here we go. Let's go with one. This is just something I kind of put together this week.
Okay.
I'm going to call this simply, is hair metal back? The reason I'm asking is hair metal back is that I got 3 different bands that are claiming to be bringing hair metal back.
Okay.
And I figured we could play a little bit of this stuff and see what you think.
All right.
Do some previews. You up for some previews?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, let's get to this first one. The first band, copy. I just want to get to a page. The first band is called Madhouse.
Yeah.
And not the Madhouse like Anthrax.
Yeah.
Well, this is
I've got their CD up here.
Oh, do you? Madhouse?
Yeah, you gave it to me. You said download this for the
show. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Their CD, I don't know what it's called, but
it is called Bad Habits.
Okay, and that apparently is the official album teaser, which I'm going to share here with you. So, did you listen to it at all or no?
No, I wanted to wait for the show.
Okay. Well, let's pull up some Bad Habits here, and I'll play a little bit of this, and then I'll stop it along the way, and we can do some commentary. They're saying, according to Bad Habits, they're saying, after the debut album Money Talks Bullshit Walks, Madhouse did not laze around, and with Bad Habits, the band comes up with their second album, which shows the band much more mature and grown, but even more crazier than before.
Crazy?
Because hair metal bands were crazy.
Well, yeah, they were decadent.
They were. With the signing at Roar Rock of Angels Records and the partial replacement of some members
already,
yeah. The Austrians have taken themselves to the next level and recorded a 15-track album that perfectly reflects the attitude of the band.
Did you say Austrian?
Austrian.
Racists.
Yeah, probably so.
Because Hitler was racist and he was Austrian.
Austrian, right?
Yeah.
Snotty street rock meets catchy melodies in the style of their heroes from the early days, like Motley Crue, Skid Row, Poison, and Def Leppard.
All right.
Bad Habits makes clear what the band stands for.
What is it?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Well, you know, they are borrowing all the cliches and the taglines of the
Sure.
80s rock.
Yep. And those are lofty comparisons. Not all my favorite bands, but they're comparing themselves to Motley, Skid, Poison, and Def Leppard.
Well, they're all known bands that you're familiar with.
That's right. So would you like to hear a little bit of Madhouse?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. These are some clips, I'm assuming, from Madhouse, from Bad Habits, the new album out April 23rd. So check it out.
Madhouse is back with the new album, Bad Habits. 15 tracks of ass-kicking hair metal.
What is that? What is that lady saying? 15 tracks of bone-crushing metal.
Well, just the bit that I just heard there.
Yeah.
They sound more in the vein of Faster Pussycat.
Exactly. That's what I think.
But that last snippet that you just played, that had a little bit of a Def Leppard flavor to it.
I'll come back to we'll scroll back a little to it. Here we go.
Crank up the music and get yourself to Sleaze blasting rock and roll. Bad Habits. Out on April 23rd.
All right, what do you think?
Well, they do have that sound, but I would just reiterate that they sound like Faster Pussycat more than anything else. I'm not hearing so much the Motley Crue. I'm hearing a little bit of the whole Def Leppard, almost the whole pour some sugar on me sound. But as far as like the vocals and stuff, not hearing Poison so much.
Me either.
I'm hearing Faster Pussycat with a little bit of Def Leppard mixed in.
Yeah. So keep it or throw it away.
You know, it's.
Are they bringing it back? Are they the band?
No.
Madhouse, not the band to bring it back.
No, I mean, it's not that they're bad or anything. It's just, you know, it's uninspired. It's unoriginal.
Right.
You know, it's okay. It's just, take it or leave it.
Well, can it come back? I guess that's the real question. Can it come back?
Well, again, we all know what dictates that. And that's the support and commercial push.
Right.
And anything. And again, this goes back to all the discussions and conversations we've had over the years that when some commercial entity that doesn't exist anymore spoon feeds you this stuff and tells you this is the next big thing and you're inundated with it all the time.
Right.
That's how bands like that become popular.
Right.
But we don't have that infrastructure anymore. So if people are fans of that kind of stuff, they may seek it out, but are they going to be the next big thing or bringing hair metal back? No, it's not going to happen.
Is there anything that can come back? I don't think there's anything.
No, I mean, it's over. It's over for any style of music. There's just because there's no support system for it.
Right.
You know, we talked about it with our friend Mariah. There's a girl who should be a huge star with her talent.
Sure.
It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to put her out in front of you.
Well, she did get that one play on XM.
But there's nothing out there to put that out in front of you, and you're not going to hear radio play. There's no MTV anymore. There's really nothing to feed this to you.
Yeah. That's
nothing.
True. All right, let's move on. Next band up. Great name of a band. The Mercy Kills.
Okay.
with the Mercy Kills, their album, or their EP rather, New Rule is the debut EP by Melbourne dirty sleaze rock band The Mercy Kills. Written and produced in 2010. 2010.
It's 11 years old.
Well, they're saying this is new. This 5-track release has strong elements. They probably mean 20, but they just fucked up with the press release. This 5-track release has strong elements of the 4 members' influences with elements of post-punk, grunge, and rock and roll. The Mercy Kills are proud that it stands strong alongside the music they have produced over the 10 years since. No, this was recorded 10 years, written 10 years ago.
Oh, again, we're going to revisit something that, ended up in the trash heap to begin with.
Yeah, it didn't come out 10 years or 11 years ago, but it's here now. Initially, New Rule was only available as a short run of CDs and was never officially released. The band have always felt this as a thorn in their side and are now happy to see it getting out there through Golden Robot Records and will be released on 12 February. So it just came out. Now, here's the real question. And this is just me thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the debut and it was written 10 years ago and it's been a thorn in the band's side, what have they been doing for 10 years?
Well, that is a good question.
Where's the follow-up that became the debut or whatever? Nothing about this. All right. I'm not going to read the rest of the shit. You want to hear some Mercy Kills?
I would like to hear some Mercy Kills.
All right. Let's pull that up here. The Mercy Kills. Share. And we're going to go to big screen it. And then here we go. The Mercy Kills. This is called Fall.
An illuminating history bearing on the everlasting struggle for world supremacy, fought between the powers of technology and magic.
All right, I already hate the video. I didn't watch this, but I hate this. Do you like this at all?
No, I was going to say, is that Joan Jett?
I don't know.
I mean, at first, and then I'm thinking, well, it's got some chicks in it, I think. Are those chicks?
I think so. This looks like Amy Rocks. Kind of.
Yeah, I was thinking,
yeah, it's Amy Rocks and Bjork. What I hate about this is that, and this is just a tired video trick, and it just shows that they had no budget for this fucking video. What they did was they recorded the video and then they put it all in backwards. So if you watch how they're moving, it's all playing backwards. It's fucking stupid. All right, here we go.
Backing up against the wall. Can you feel it? Can you see it? I don't want to catch your numbers as the check in. Falling alone. Get me in time. Don't be alone. I can't decide. Falling alone. I can't decide.
Anything?
It doesn't do anything for me. I mean, they're like a Hot Topic band from 10 years ago.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're both in agreement. The Mercy Kills is killed.
Yeah.
We're done with the Mercy Kills.
It's nothing that stands out.
All right. Well, let's dump the Mercy Kills. Out on the Mercy Kills. All right. Last one in the mix here is someone called Chez Lane. Chez Lane.
Okay.
Chez Lane. And let me
Not Jizz Lane.
Not Jizz Lane. Now, this one doesn't recruit as best I know, this one doesn't recruit underage girls to fuck Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
This is Ches Lane. Ches Lane. Let's find out about Ches Lane. Frontiers Music, SRL, is proud to announce the signing of British rock singer Ches Lane to the label. A talented young vocalist who fronts with her two sisters, the band Caned. She was brought to the attention of the label after conversations with Danny Rexon of Crazy Licks about the possibility of him scouting and producing some exciting new talent. Subsequently, Danny started working on some demos with Ches, and the label did not pass up the opportunity to get involved with this incredible talent. Incredible talent, Neeley.
Incredible.
Chez's debut solo album embraces the melodic rock style that both she and Danny so admire, while adding a new twist to the current takes on the genre. So what do you think?
I know it's kind of funny because I had Crazy Licks actually pulled up here on my other computer.
Okay.
Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as a band that captures that sound of that era gone by,
Sure.
Crazy Licks is definitely top of the line.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll be it.
And they bring it live as well, because we saw them at the Melodic Rock Fest a couple years ago.
Yeah, they were good. Kind of douchey, but good.
Yeah.
Remember, as guys, they were kind of dicks, but they sounded good.
Yeah, they sounded good.
Yeah, all right, let's play some Ches Lane here. This song is called Too Late for Love, and I don't believe it's the Def Leppard tune or the Tesla tune. I believe it's her own original. So let's check it out. Ches Lane. Or Ches Kane, maybe. Ches Kane. Sorry. All right, what do you think?
It's Sandy Soraya.
Yeah, that's exactly. Only not as rock.
Yeah.
Not as rocked up as like Love Has Taken Its Toll or something.
Smoke-filled room, champagne on ice, a bed of roses with something silly right. Light through my window, lazy afternoon. I wanna taste the good life, but I'm missing you too soon.
Yeah, same artist.
It's the same thing.
Same exact thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, is Ches Kane bringing it back? Well, I guess if she wants to be a Sandy Soraya knockoff, I guess she does okay.
Which at best, what did that do? Sandy Soraya was like C-list when she was at her height.
Yep.
She was never big.
Lee Aaron, the rock goddess.
The metal queen.
The metal queen. Yeah, between Lee Aaron and Sandy Soraya.
Yeah.
This girl fits right in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking we won't remember her.
No. I mean, I appreciate her talent
I
and
do.
you know what she does, but it's not original. I mean, again, she could have a Sandy Soraya tribute show.
Yeah. Well, she's cute, so I'm interviewing her Monday. So
all right, fair enough. So ask her. So, how big of a fan of Sandy Soraya are you?
Oh, I will. I definitely will. Just throw that in there.
And then say, have you ever had fantasies of marrying Brian Wheat?
Was he married to Sandy Soraya?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I should ask her like a whole bunch of like Tesla basis questions, but she just wouldn't get the reference at all.
Right. Yeah. I think Sandy was married to Brian Wheat.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess he's not still, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. But anyway.
Well, there you go. So Ches Kane, could she bring it back?
Well, I mean, she definitely has, you know, that sound, but bringing it back, not happening.
Right.
You know, again, our friend Mariah, I mean, the way that she does those covers of like Skid Row and Dokken and Kicks and all that. I mean, you might as well say, well, is Mariah bringing it back?
She might.
You know,
she definitely might.
But, you know, I appreciate the people who have those influences,
you
know, and are, you know, expressing their music and, you know, getting signed, I guess, whatever that means these days.
Yeah. I just wonder what that actually accounts to, you know, I mean, even for Frontiers, I mean, legitimately, you know, whether you're counting sales or streams or whatever, what is a Ches Kane gonna move when her only notoriety at all is that she sounds like somebody that didn't sell a lot of records, and she's associated with a band that doesn't sell a lot of records.
Mm-hmm. Well, she might do okay over in the European market. I don't know what that market is like, but she might, if she gets, you know, if and when, you know, live shows come back, you know, she might get on as a support act,
right?
You know, for some European band or something. But as far as like making a splash or a breakthrough here in the US or something, that ain't happening.
No, I don't think so either. But anyway, those are the three that I had for you that all kind of had it in their thing that they were bringing back the hair metal stylings.
Okay. All right. Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Neeley. How you guys doing?
We're doing. How you doing?
I am doing. With this COVID crap, I'm still doing.
All right.
But, hey, Neeley, I had a question for you, sir. Did you ever get a chance to watch the Chris Helms biography last week?
I did not get to watch it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Because it wasn't a Chris homework assignment, but it was suggested. So I was just wondering, because I really wanted to hear your commentary on it. I heard Chris's last week on it. I thought it was great.
Well, you know? I have it in my queue, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Okay.
That'll be your homework
right,
when you come back in 2 weeks, Neeley.
Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Watch it on the plane.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to hear your commentary because I loved it. I mean, you know, just everything from him walking around all of Europe with his wife Sarah and doing the gigs, and you know, him actually pulling the trailer up to his SUV. I mean, this is really bare bone what he's doing now. And Chris, to your comments last week, yeah, you're right. This guy's way too talented to be going through what he's going through now and what he had to go through with Blackie Lawless. And if it's true, if Blackie actually did that to Chris, and remember, Chris was a charter member, then Black is a cocksucking fuck. for doing that to Chris Holmes. He really is.
Dude, I'm not disagreeing. I mean, it's the way it was portrayed, and Neeley, you'll see this in the movie. The thing that makes me think it's probably true is that Johnny Rod backed the stories without sitting next to Chris. It was they interviewed Johnny Rod at some other place, not like sitting next to Chris Holmes. Like Johnny was in the States or somewhere, and they just were interviewing him, and he said kind of the same shit. So yeah, but the biggest tragedy of it all is that Chris has a fucking really good band. At least it sounds like it from the clips that they played, except for then he opens his mouth, ruins every song.
Yeah, no, Chris. I mean, I mean, all right. Chris Holmes is not the greatest singer in the world. Okay, let's be honest. But I mean, was Blackie Lawless's voice that great? I mean,
for what he was doing, yes.
Yeah, Blackie's got a unique delivery and a unique style. So I mean, Wasp had success, and if Blackie was not a good performer or good singer, they certainly would have not had the success that they had.
Dude, Chris Holmes. Chris Holmes sounds like the guy at 1:30 in the morning trying to do karaoke.
No, I think it's because he's been smoking for years. They really, really ruined what he might have had. I mean, remember, he's starting it now. He wasn't doing it.
Well, you don't know what he's. You don't know what he. You don't know what he sounded like before.
Exactly, because Black had refused to let him near a microphone.
Here's my point, though. He's Chris Holmes. You can't tell me that there's not one guy that can sing in key that will join a band with Chris Holmes. Just if for nothing else, just to get the notoriety of playing with him.
Chris, good point, but I think Chris is doing this is because he was denied it for years. And why?
Denied what?
Denied the chance to sing a couple of songs.
Well, maybe he's not a singer. Maybe he never has been a singer. Neeley, I think he's just trying to live out a fantasy. But it reminds me of Mark Wahlberg in Boogie Nights. He's a porn star, but he tried to be a pop star, rock star, and he couldn't sing for shit.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe he's just trying to live out what he wanted to do and was denied of, and I think that's kind of it. But it's Neeley. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, you'll get the chance to watch this thing. It's a great biography of this guy. You get to really see him for who he really is. And to Chris's point last week, yeah, he's a good guy. I believe he's a really, really good guy. He's a little wacky. Yeah, he's a little wacky, but he's a good guy. And I'm just upset that Blackie railed him in the ass.
Well, why are you upset? How did this affect you?
Well, I was a huge Wasp.
The old school is coming back.
I know. I love our fans and stuff, but I'm just less tolerant anymore.
I know. It's all good.
I was really upset about that. What? Why? It's got nothing to do with you. You don't even know Chris Holmes.
Right.
Yeah, you look like a good guy.
Seemed good. Right. Huh?
Well, I mean, I don't know Chris Holmes. I mean, I've hung out with him on 2 different occasions, and he's given me shared a Coke, or rather a Diet Pepsi out of his backpack with me, and I sat at the bar at the Odeon with him and shot the shit on his birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me to say I know Chris, I don't know him. I've talked to him a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very, very cool dude. I mean, he treated me nice.
I have a feeling, I mean, obviously, and this is something, I agree with this caller that the documentary is very good.
All right.
I thought it was one of the very best documentaries I have seen on anybody from that scene. And I'm not you know, and I have no reason to kiss ass on it. I actually paid for it. So, you know, I bought it so I could absolutely shit on it if it wasn't good. And it is definitely a very, very strong documentary.
It's no Quiet Riot documentary, I'll tell you that.
No, it's definitely better than that piece of junk. Rest in peace. You know? But the thing that they didn't cover, again, because this is framed up in the Chris Holmes thing, they talked a little bit about how Chris was wild, but me and you both have heard stories from friends that knew and know Chris Holmes that tell a very, very different story of Chris Holmes than what was portrayed as a little bit wild and a little bit weird, you know, in the documentary. Chris Holmes, yes, Blackie may have screwed him over. I'm not going to argue that point. It seems very logical from that documentary. At the same time, Blackie Lawless was probably pulling his fucking hair out of his head, dealing with some of the insanity of Chris Holmes.
Right.
You know, and not just the pool scene. You know, the pool scene, whether it was real, whether it was fake, you can't argue that that was terrible press for Wasp as a band that was on the rise at that moment. That was not good for them at the time. It wasn't.
No, but again, it was the decade of decadence. You know, so yeah, look at this wild man laying in the pool in his leathers, guzzling vodka like it's water.
I mean, it just was not, you know, Wasp was right on the cusp of breaking out, and then that popped up. It was like, dude, I could see what, I'm not saying he was wrong. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it thoroughly when it happened, and I still do today. But what I'm saying is, in the course of a band that was right on the cusp of breaking big, that's not the press you needed. Blackie may have been very right to be like, look, stay in the background, you know, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know, and Holmes made some really good points in the thing. He's like, look at the first album. All of us are on the cover. Look at every other album after it. Only Blackie's on the cover.
Yep.
Blackie wanted it to be a solo band. Okay, well, you know, true that, but it worked. It's hard to argue that, you know, that the success of Last Command and Headless Children and about Crimson Idol, and it's hard to argue that success.
Right.
It did work. So great documentary. I don't know that I'm ready to make Chris St. Christopher quite yet, you know, but he seems like an okay dude. And, you know, I'm trying to get him. I've emailed a few times. I just wonder if some of the shit that we've said before is like stopping us from getting a return email.
I don't know.
Could be.
Well, if you get Chris on, I'd be shitting bricks to talk to him.
I'd like to have him on. I'd like to talk to him about the documentary, or hell, if he puts out this wonderful album that he's recording in the video, no matter what it sounds like, we'd still talk to him. Why not?
Right.
Chris
well,
Holmes.
I saw that the great Trunkster interviewed him.
Did he?
Yeah, I listened to it.
How was it?
Well, the problem is that Eddie was trying to do it via Skype.
Okay.
And it kept buffering out. And, you know, he'd be in the middle of telling a story and then it would buffer out. And then you go, we lost you there, Chris. Could you start again? You know, and then the last segment that Chris was on with him, he goes, well, we're going to call him by way of cell phone. It's like, well, maybe you should have did that after you realized in the first segment that it was shitting out on you.
Yeah. Once you realized that he hadn't climbed the hill to fucking get the good internet.
Yeah.
Like Rachel Gordon, then you should have made the call.
Exactly. So, you know, again, you know, Eddie asked all the standard questions. Was that really vodka in that bottle in the pool? He did. He asked that.
Did he ask that?
He did.
Come on, Ed.
Swear to God.
Come on, dude. Was it really? Why? What year was that? 86, 87?
It was 88, I believe.
88?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what? 40 years ago? 30 years ago?
33 years ago.
Yeah. Enough. Enough. I think it's been asked and answered, Ed. Why don't you ask him what he's doing now?
Well, then he, talked about his marriage to Lita,
Okay.
And how that came apart, and, the fact that it came apart because of his, his crazy ways.
Sure.
And then strangely enough, Eddie talked to Lita and said,
same time?
Huh?
At the same time?
No, after.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I interviewed your ex-husband, Chris Holmes.
Okay.
And he goes, what can you tell me about that? And she went into some story about how they were living in some house up in the Hollywood Hills, and she got a new washer dryer set, and Chris started beating it to death with like a sledgehammer or something. She said he got it in his mind that it would be cool if he could just smash her washer and dryer.
Wow.
Which he did. And so she said she took one of his favorite guitars and put it out in the street and had it run over. I mean, it's just stupid shit like that. So,
did she watch Chris with the washer and dryer and then save that message for her kids, or what?
I don't know. That's kind of interesting, because Eddie did ask about her kids.
Oh yeah, what'd she say? No comment.
No, she answered. He asked her. He goes, I understand that you haven't had relationship with your children.
Yeah.
And she said that she hasn't had any contact with them in like 10 years.
Jeez.
And, of course she went into the whole, well, I know they still love me, and, this, that, and the other, but I haven't had contact with them in 10 years. And
how do you know they still love you?
I don't know the answer, but her answer was, it's just something a mother can feel.
Okay.
So that was her. I don't know. Eddie just, he's not a good interviewer.
Come on. All right. The problem that I have when he interviews these old codgers is that he interviews these old codgers about the old days.
Well, not only that, but he always asks the safe questions.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to, that's how he stays in the mix.
I get it. But that to me is being kind of, that's, I like when you and I used to do a lot of interviews, and we weren't afraid to step out of line and, kind of ask a very direct or pointed question about stuff, and if the, whoever it is we were speaking to chose not to answer it or tried to skip around it or whatever the case may be, we would just let it be and move to the next thing,
Yeah.
But we didn't care. That's the whole thing. We didn't care if it pissed them off or they never called back again or whatever.
Right.
It made for good radio at that time, and you still do ask some questions. I mean, obviously you do the lion's share of interviews now, but you still ask some very pointed questions.
Oh yeah, I definitely go for it. It's, I don't see the point of just doing a nostalgia interview. Every one of these guys, I don't care who they are. We've already heard what they've got to say about that shit. We've already heard what they have to say about that great album from 1988, or that story about when they were on tour on their big hit, their breakthrough album in 85. We've heard all that shit. If we find something crazy out, then we want to know about that. And since guys on the big stage, Eddie, won't ask the question, it's up to us to ask it. That's how I look at it anyway.
Yeah, and do you ever see Eddie getting any press from like Blabbermouth or Brave Words ever?
Not often. Every once in a great while.
But we get referenced almost weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I submit very little, especially to Bori. I mean, Bori's the big one at Blabbermouth, but I don't submit very much to him. If it's a smaller band, I might, but for the bigger bands, I don't really submit anything. He just follows along with what we're doing and runs stuff.
Yeah. I noticed that he picks stuff up like within 24 hours of getting it posted,
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I did one this week with a band nobody's ever heard of called Winterfall. And the guy from this band Winterfall, his album was produced by John Schaefer.
Okay.
And he's friends with John Schaefer. So I asked him about John Schaefer, and I thought for sure that would get snagged by Blabber. I even sent it to Blabber. Didn't get picked up. It's hard to figure out what gets picked up over there. but maybe it's because this guy didn't shit on John Schaefer either. Maybe because it seems like, you know, I don't know what the deal is over there with John Schaefer and Blabbermouth, but man, every little story with John looking bad is posted on Blabbermouth. I'm just like, dude, cut the guy a little slack, you know, at least until he's found guilty.
Exactly.
You know, but literally it's like, here's the photos of John Schaefer at the Capitol, and here's video of him running down a hallway. It's like, dude, here's his court paperwork. Here's what he's charged with. It's like, whoo, ease up, bro. And obviously I'm not a John Schaefer fan, so it ain't like I'm trying to protect a friend or anything. I don't like John at all, but I still want to see him get his fair day.
Well, again, you know, anything that's controversial and, you know, can, you know, be a headline.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it generates clicks.
No, I get it. And again, you know, no love for John Schaefer here, but certainly for me personally, I don't care to read and form an opinion on any of that bullshit. I'll wait till it's when they sentence him to something, then I'll believe that he was a fucking scumbag. Until then, he's one of a million people that were there.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I get it.
But anyway, that's the end of the 80s coming back. Apparently hair metal is not coming back.
No, not with those examples anyway.
No, definitely not.
All right. Well, I think a good way to close out this segment would be to play a band that does hair metal very well. And we talked about them earlier, is Crazy Licks.
All right, cool.
I'll play some Crazy Licks. What was that other one? What's the name of that band?
Crash Diet.
Crash Diet. That's you were reading my mind. I'll play some Crash Diet behind that.
All right, cool.
So we'll play some hair metal like bands.
All right, cool.
That are bringing it back, man.
Yeah, it's coming back.
That's coming back in a big way. So be ready, because it's crazy, man. So speaking of crazy, here's Crazy Licks with Whiskey Tango Foxtrot exclusively here
on your classic metal. All right, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? And you know what else is a lot of fun? The CMS Podcast Network. That's right, cmspn.com is the address. Make sure you go over there. Make sure you watch the episodes there, you listen to the episodes there, and maybe you even just subscribe so it's delivered to your phone, to whatever podcasting software you use, but do it from cmspn.com. Once again, cmspn.com, cmspn.com, cmspn.com. We'll see you next time, fucks.